All right, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, I'm gonna be showing you the 2 drills that are making me into a scratch golfer. Right now, if you guys can notice, we are at a different location. We are at Sunridge Canyon Golf Club. Me practicing and playing a lot, I realized that in order for me to get to scratch, I need to play a lot of golf. I need to be able to get access to a practice facility all the time. So I chose Sunridge Canyon Golf Club. I'm gonna be making a playing video here pretty soon, but I wanted to do these drills so I can show you guys the things that are really helping me improve my game and do these things fast. So first and foremost, one of the most important things is PGA. That is posture, grip, and alignment. So first thing you need to do is you need to go buy some alignment sticks to always have with you on the range. And really, before you play any amount of golf, whether it's you're going out for 9 holes, you're just going to the driving range or anything, you should always bring alignment sticks with you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line this up to my desired targets. And now every time I stand and I get ready to start warming up, I'm gonna grab a little 54 degree right here. Now I'm gonna make sure that my feet are always going to be square to the target. My face of my club is square to the target. And now I'm gonna work here for my grip and my posture and make sure everything's aligned and ready to go. Because I think a lot of times as amateur golfers, we struggle with, being a little too closed off to the target, being a little too open to the target, and now we're trying to fix our swing from a broken position. And that was one of the big things that I learned right away, was that I need to work on my PGA, my posture, my grip, my alignment, making sure that my grip isn't too strong, it's not too weak, but I get in a nice neutral position and I try and work on myself from here. And so just adding that to my warm-up, whether I'm playing 18 holes or 9 holes, has been making a huge difference in my starting point walking into a round. And the next big thing that goes into this and goes into using alignment sticks is the tempo drill, as I like to call it, or the tempo torture drill. And this is where you grab one of your second alignment sticks and you run it through the belt loops of your pants. Now, this is important. Why? I'm someone who, as I ran track in college, I played football. I have a lot of power in my swing. I have a lot of just general speed about me. And so one of my big issues is getting my hips to fire before my hands. And so this drill, it forces me to have to be more patient and let my whole body move as one. I'm not bringing my hands down behind me because I'll have my alignment stick, and I'm not getting too armsy with things because I need to make sure my hips fire through. So the whole point of this drill is to force you to be more patient as you get faster, which is a bit of an oxymoron, but it's been helping me tremendously in making my swing look more Tiger Woods-esque. Because apparently this, and as well as you got like the pause drill, just force you to be more patient in your downswing and force you to be just more connected and fluid and move as one rather than having to detach so much of your swing. Now, for some people, it might be more important to get your hips to fire because you're not doing that. But for me and for guys that have a lot of speed, a big struggle is hips firing too early. So I'm gonna start with the 54 degree, and this is one thing that I've been really trying to grind on, is working on this. And I'll kind of start with half shots with my 54. And I'll start with kind of getting up here to 10 o'clock and then moving myself through all as one, moving my hands and my hips at the same time. Like that. And that's been a huge drill for helping me and getting my tempo to be really smooth. And then I'll go to full shots with that. And then once I've gotten to full shots with my 54, I'll move directly to full shots, or not full shots, but half shots again with my 8-iron or another kind of mid-iron. Now, this is where the drill starts getting really frustrating. And this is where the torture aspect of it comes into play, because you want to really start to push and move your hands when you get a bigger club like an 8-iron or a 7-iron in your hand. But you have to learn to slow down and become one and move your body as one unit. So I'm gonna start with a half swing here, and then I'll show you guys what a full swing looks like. That's a little chippy half swing, just kind of kicking the ball out there, making sure it's going down on line on the target, but I'm not getting any connection here between my arms, my hands, or the club and the alignment stick. I want everything to be moving and not touching. So let me see if I can get a good full swing here for you guys. And now see, that one moved a little too far left because I tried to get my hands through a little too fast. I was anticipating myself catching and hitting the alignment stick. And another thing that you're gonna notice you're gonna have to start doing is you're gonna have to get a larger rotation to give yourself more time to create space for your arms. Because if I try and just come back here with my arms, my hips are always gonna beat my hands. So, and a big thing that Tiger Woods always said when he was striping at the best during the 2000s was he was saying that he was trying to keep his back to the target for as long as possible to give himself the time for his hands to move down in the backswing and then move forward.
And then when you go to the top of your swing, probably the biggest change that Tiger's made is he's really tried to get his hands in front of himself coming down. In other words, arms in front of the body, where the club used to lay down. Show them how, in your old swing when you used to get stuck.
The ole swing?
Yes.
I go, ole.
That's the lay the shaft down 16th tee Players
stuck.
Championship, right?
You know, and that's just because of a product of being a junior golfer. All junior golfers fire their hips hard, get the club stuck from the inside so they can flip it. Hit the ball long ways. Yeah, you hit the ball long ways, but it's hard to control. And under the gun, like a lot of pressure on yourself. It's really hard to hit the ball a specific distance with the correct shape.
I mean, it's easier said than done. That's why you have to come out here and you have to practice and you got to do this torture test drill. But when you do it right, it hopefully looks something like this. And you see, that was a beautiful ball flight. That was a great strike on the club, but in the downswing, you could hear the club hit the alignment stick, which is not what you want. So you gotta like smash this drill until you get it to the point where you're just peering it and not getting any contact between the club, your arms, and the alignment stick. Something closer to that. Those are two drills that I've been doing to improve my irons. Those are two huge things to improve your irons. Is one, just setting down an alignment stick, getting your posture, your grip, and your alignment set up. And then two, working with a alignment stick in your belt loops to help yourself with timing and tempo. Now, next we're gonna go to the short game area on our facility, and we're gonna show you guys what it looks like to improve your chipping, improve your short game, and figure out what is the highest probability shot for you and for your game. All right, you guys, now that we are in the short game area and we have finished up with all the stuff that we were doing on the actual range, and that was the posture, grip, alignment, using alignment sticks, alignment stick through the belt loop to help us with timing and tempo through the downswing. Now that we finished with those things, we're gonna look at the short game. Now for me, the main thing that I like to do with my short game is simply create consistency and find the highest probability shot. And the way that I do this is I'll set up myself a little pitch like this. And I mean, this can't be more than 12 or 15 yards. And I'll sit here and I'll give myself a number of shots that I have to make in a row for me to finish this drill. So to start out, you might say 3 or 5. You know, if you're really good, you might say 7, 8, 9, 10. Amount of chips that have to land within the friendship circle. And for me at the moment, the friendship circle is I put my 60 degree into the hole, and then I use just before my grip starts as the length in which I'll start setting up the tees to give me the gimme or the friendship circle. Now, for me, one thing I'll do is I'll kind of sit here and I'll play around and I'll give myself false consequences. And one of those things that I'll say is I can't leave this drill until I've hit these, let's say 5 shots in a row, and I'll give myself a timer. I'll say I have to hit these perfect 5 shots in, let's say 30 or 40 minutes. And if I don't, I gotta hit 50 push-ups. And you have to hold yourself to these kinds of consequences because it'll give you the real illusion of pressure. And now see, that was obviously a terrible shot, but now for example, I could go and I could sit here and I could go toe down. I could hit a little cutty bump like that. Spun a little too much, was just short. Now I could sit here and I can either keep trying to get the pace right on that, and that almost dunked, but Again, that's probably not a super high probability shot here. Although it looks cool and it's fun to hit, I'm gonna be sitting here all day trying to hit that shot. So I brought my 60 degree, I brought my 54, and I even brought my pitching wedge. So let's start with the 54 real quick and try and hit a little bump 54 to get that to roll up. Not too bad. Maybe caught that just a little strong. See, and this grass, this lie is really fluffy. It's really thick, it's grabby. Because here in Arizona, we have, during the winter, we get bent grass, rough and greens. And so they're real sticky. So trying to figure out what the best possible option is. And now I'm starting to kind of think that maybe a little toe down 54 might be the option. Or I could just do a little back of the stance, stabby one. Now see, that's the first one inside the circle for me. So now that I see that, I'm like, okay, that's a pretty repeatable shot, it feels like. Just back of the stance, lift the hands. I let it go, kind of coast up there with a lot of spin and see if I can just get it to skip on in, stay in the circle. Now those are coming out a little bit strong, a little bit hot. I need to have a little bit more finesse here. I see that one was close. That one was really close. Now I can sit here all day, like I said. I can sit here and I could either go back and forth between my 56 or my 54, excuse me, my 60 degree, or I could even go as far as grabbing my pitching wedge and then trying to hit a little toe down bump with this. See, I think the pitching wedge right here is going to be the club, and I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna keep hitting this shot until I get really, really familiar with it. I get really, really familiar with how far each pitch is going based on how far I'm bringing the club back. That one's just getting a couple yards on the green, rolling out a little bit more. And there, that one goes in. Now I'm gonna find myself whichever club is the most repeatable for me, because not everybody's short game is the same. Some people like opening up the club face a lot, hitting lots of wide open flops. Some people like lots of back of the stance bump and runs. Some people just stick to a very standard stock shot. Now for me, I usually like to just only chip around the greens with my 60 degree, but for the purpose of this video, I want to show you guys that there are tons of options for you to figure it out. And you don't need some crazy complex, crazy swing aid or chipping drill to get yourself to do this. You just simply have to get to doing the actual work, which is hitting a lot of golf balls. Like I said, everything about becoming a scratch golfer and working your way down there, as I am, is about creating repeatability, is creating predictability. Because when you're sitting there and you have to choose the 8 out of 10 shot, which is the shot that you're going to hit 8 out of 10 times, you need to have practiced it. You need to know what your feels are and what is that distance for you. How far do I bring my club back to get a 15-yard pitch if I'm going a toe down 60 degree? And those are the kinds of things that you'll figure out doing these kinds of drills, forcing yourself to find whatever the most repeatable shot is for you and for your feel and your tempo and your swing. So next time you go out to the course and your short game sucks, think about this, make yourself a little friendship circle around the green and go from there and start chipping in. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in and watching another episode of 100 Days to Scratch. Today was a little bit more golf practice focused. The next video I do is going to be a playing video showing you guys 18 holes here at Sunridge Canyon and what it is to play a great course like this in Arizona during the winter time when you have beautiful overseed grass. So like I said, I'm super thankful for all the support that I've gotten thus far with these videos, and I hope you guys stick around because pretty soon here we're gonna have to play in our very first tournament. And as I've said in the first video, I'm gonna be playing in 3 54-hole stroke play tournaments that I'm going to be posting my scores no matter how bad I play. Whether I shoot 69 or I shoot 100, I'm going to be posting and showing you guys what that golf looks like for me. And so if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the journey of 100 days to scratch. Peace.